Ziggy Ansah is back, activated right before the Detroit Lions head to Oakland to play the Raiders in preseason. Motor City Sports Talk, we back in full effect. Took somewhat of a hiatus off, through the day, but we're going to come back and hit y'all guys really, really good with a couple good videos, all right? And Ziggy Ansah was out with a few injuries, back, knee, ankle, all types of stuff, man. And every time the Lions say, well, we don't know how long a guy going to be out, or yet, man, they guys come right back out, man. That's the kind of the tendency that I'm picking up about this new Lions regime. They come out and talk about how a guy on the inactive list, and he might be back he should be back for the first season game, or be back by the season opener. And soon after that, these guys come back. They did the same thing with Devin Kennard. So the Lions pass rush is in full effect now. They all healthy, or at least they back practicing. And I thought they should more target for like the second or third preseason game for Ziggy return. I said this the other day. Kind of let them rest up, heal up, and then get used to the nicks and bangs, because all the hits in preseason and training camp is supposed to harden the body for the actual real blows in the real season. So healthy, they get a perfect look at the full pass rush. Some other guys was getting some reps. Zettel, a few other guys were getting some reps. I heard Deshaun Hand got extra reps in camp, so of late. So it's going down, man. Devin Kennard is going to be a defensive end / linebacker. Zettel going to be up in there. Kerry Hyder looking good. Ziggy back. So, when Ziggy said he not worried about the contract, it'll take care of itself. And I think regardless next year, no matter what happens this year, the Lions need to add a premier pass rusher next year. I think if the Deshaun Hand don't show a lot of promise on the interior, they definitely need to bring in somebody on the inside and the outside. The Lions should have had Aaron Donald. I mean, that was one of the dumbest plays Mayhew and LeWan made. Just shows you that they was joined at the hip with Milton at one point. And if you knew he wasn't bringing Nick Fairley back, he been injured, he was lazy, or whatever it may be, he had legal trouble, and you knew you probably wasn't going to bring a Dominican Sue back. Sometimes you got to be real with yourself. And a lot of times I find a lot of these athletes are not real with themselves. And these general managers, you knew you weren't going to bring them back. The obvious pick was to pick up Aaron Donald. And I know I kind of beating the dead horse dead, man. But the obvious pick was picking Aaron Donald. I'm going to go into depth in another video about this. I was talking myself into another video. But the obvious pick was Aaron Donald, man. And but now they got to rebuild the total pass rush. But they got the back end. But now they don't have the front end. Levy, we didn't see his career going down that way that quick. He definitely was balling out, man. And he got injured or whatever. Most people thought he was going to be injured skydiving and do all the crazy stuff he was doing, but he fell off hard. Sue and Fairley, all them guys got up out of here. And at one point, for years, even with Sean Rogers and the other big guy, the other big fella with the braids, I always forget his name, man. Was it Corey Smith? Another big fella we had with Rogers and Averill and Vandenbosch, and we had a good pass rush for years. And now I guess it's time to rebuild. Now we got the back end. We need to, at one point, get the front end and the back end, man, and have them all working in cohesion. But Ziggy Hughes, man, even when he been, half-ass injured or barely playing, his impact, and not only in pass rushing, but his able to set the edge and hold, contain, and in the run game, it's just he brings a totally different factor and swagger and pizzazz about the Detroit Lions, man. He really do, man. He's definitely a thoroughbred. He's definitely one-of-a-kind talent. Just wish he stayed healthy. And apparently, it'd be funny if he goes somewhere else and he stay healthy and tear it up there. He been tearing it up here. Even when Sue left, he had his biggest season with 15 sacks, I believe. So, he can ball. Let's just get him some help. Let's get a rotation going like we always had before. Before they got here, we always had a rotation going with 3 or 4 linemen going in and out and keeping our line fresh. So, let's get back to that. He ain't got to be 100% full-time player, but when the fourth quarter come, or we crunch time coming in the third quarter, it might be a swing. It might be a swing point in the game. He need to be in there. But early in the game, early in the season, they need to be rotating him in and out real quick. He don't need to be playing a lot of snaps early this season or early in the first half. His heavy load should be the end of the season, in the second half and towards the end of the season, he should be picking it up. So I think they should have Ziggy on the maintenance plan as well. And I don't think that's a bad idea, man, to put Ziggy on a maintenance plan, man, a little bit. and kind of count his snaps or whatever, because you got Hand that can play inside, outside. You know, you got Zetto that should get better. I thought he was terrible at most points last year. You got Kennard that can pick up the pass rush. You got Hyder that can pick up the pass rush. Now, in the interior, Francois ain't too much. Ricky, John, Francois, whatever. Now, he ain't much of a pass rusher. Sylvester Williams ain't much of a pass rusher. Neither is Alshon Robinson. So I was kind of baffled the way they got rid of King Spence, but I think if Hand could pick it up, he was the #1 high school recruit at one point. I don't know what happened to Alabama. But if he could pick it up, that could be they 3 technique. But they need to get another one of those in the near future. But Hyder can get on the inside as well too and play a little bit, from what I understand. But yeah, man, Ziggy back, and like I said, I think he should be being a kind of more of a rotational player early in games. But then towards the end of the season and late in games, they should pick his reps up so he can completely stay fresh and get healthy. Like I said, he's an all around defensive end. He ain't just a pass rusher. He can stop the run. He can keep contained. He can set the edge. And I think you got to put some respect, rub my hands like Birdman, put some respect on Ziggy's name being an all-around defensive end, man. And I mean, hopefully have a great season. I love to have Ziggy Ansah back, man, next year. I definitely like him a lot. But make sure you check us out, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. All those links in the description. I definitely appreciate everybody for sharing, subscribing, showing us much love. We gone.